My name is Jennie Stevens from the Naperville Public Library, and today I'm going to show you our teen DIY craft, our no-sew fleece pillow. This will be approximately what your final product will look like, although this is made using cotton and we're going to be using a fleece. If you picked up a kit from the library, it'll look something like this. A giant bag filled with fluff. In this case, we're using polyfiber fill, but there will also be two other things in that bag. One is going to be 2 pieces of fleece fabric, and the third is going to be a blue sheet of paper. This is unrelated to their craft, but this is a log for our teen winter reading program running through the 31st of January. All you have to do is read a single book or have already read a single book, give it a rating of 1 to 5 stars, and do the word search, and if you bring it back to the library, you'll get a free winter reading kit. Now, if you didn't pick up a kit from home, there's only 2 things you are going to need. One are fleece fabric. You'll need 2 pieces of the same size. The kits will have pieces approximately 12 by 16 inches. This pillow is made using 12 by 12, or those are the dimensions of the finished pillow. And then you add a couple extra inches on each side for the tie. Next, you're going to need something to fill it with. Like I said, we're using polyfill. There's no way to guesstimate how much you're going to need. Weight doesn't really work for that. All right, the only thing you're going to need that I did not provide is a pair of scissors. Now, you can use special fabric scissors, but regular scissors should be fine if there's not too much gunk on them from tape or something. Next, you're going to take those 2 pieces of fabric and line them up as best you can. You're going to need the scissors because we're going to make cuts along all 4 sides of the fabric to eventually create these ties. All you're going to do is make simple cuts all along the edges of your fabric. If you want, you can cut down the fabric to make smaller pillows. For example, mine's going to make a pillow only about yay big, but I'm just using this fabric to show you right now. You're going to go all along the edge of the fabric, keeping them fairly uniform if you can. The longer and skinnier the better, because it makes it easier for you to tie in the end. Now you will notice when you get to a corner that creating these tie shapes on all 4 corners will end up with a square piece missing from your fabric, and that's totally normal. The way these ties end up sitting in the end will create a closed corner so the fill does not fall out. Now, once you've gone all the way along your fabric, you're going to tie them together. I recommend pausing after a little bit of cutting to make sure that your model ties or model strips are long enough and skinny enough for you to tie. So, for example, I'm going to test 2 right here. You're going to take 1 from each piece of fabric, simply knot it, and then knot it again. That double knot makes sure that if you pull and stretch the pillow, it's not going to come unfurled. Once you've tested that 1 knot, you're welcome to keep going. I just like to test to make sure I don't have to revisit any of them. And then once you're completely finished cutting along the entire edge, you're going to tie them all together. I would recommend skipping or leaving about 10 of your sets of strips untied, and that's going to create a hole, pardon my fabric switch, I wanted it ready for you guys. It's going to leave a nice hole for you to stuff your filling with. So like I said, you basically just have a giant bag of fluff, and all I'm going to have you do is take, that's a big one, a small handful of it and push it at a time. This stuff rips apart pretty easily. You can easily break off a piece that's more manageable. And then all you're going to do is proceed to stuff your pillow. You can kind of rearrange it as you go. The polyfill is pretty easy. It is important to note that if you want to wash your pillow, you do have to take the polyfill out. Do not put that in the washing machine. This fleece fabric, though, can easily go in and be washed if you spill anything on it. Once you are happy with the weight and distribution of your pillow, you're going to take those last couple of strips you left and tie them off. Once again, you want to do that double knot so that it really secures your pillow. Now you might have to work a little hard to line up these strips since contents may have shifted while we were stuffing the pillow. And like I said, you can wash the fabric, and if you ever need to wash the fabric after you stuff, you can just untie 6 or 7 of these pieces to get that polyfill out before you wash it. And there you have it, your completed pillow. Feel free to kind of rework the filling. It may have migrated a little bit away from that opening, but you are all set. If you like this craft, you can look online. There's a lot of different shapes you can make. We just made the most basic of a square pillow. But thank you so much for joining me. I hope you have a great day, and don't forget to do the Teen Winter Reading Program. Have a great one.